pre-show as well, so it'll be all good.
2 minute, too long.
2 minute, too long.
Yeah,
I don't have a timer, so you can tell me only.
Well, it's on the top left, right? Live, 9 seconds.
For you. I do not. I
Ah, the admin
you set
status
up.
has been taken away.
Yeah, they took it away from me. Oh no, and now it does show up there. And
Oh, maybe you have to. You just need to sign in. You need to fix it.
I am signed in. It's not that. It's that I don't have admin privileges on this anymore.
We can fix that.
Tony, you're in IT. You can fix that stuff.
Yeah, I can.
Yeah.
Fix that.
Yeah, make it work. But yeah, no, I'm gonna go visit that gun tomorrow, which is nice, and hopefully I don't
talk about it in the show. Get the show started.
I will. All right, are we ready?
Sure.
Is that enough? Is 40 seconds? Yeah, 40 seconds is gonna be enough.
I think it's enough. Yeah.
Welcome to Slamfire Radio, episode 614, recording live on July 16th, 2025. I'm your host, Dustin.
I am Cowtown Tony.
And I'm one of your hosts, Adriel.
All right, well, rolling right into what we did in guns this week. Reminder, we are still looking for a sponsor for what we did in guns. If you'd like to sponsor us, send us an email at slamfireradio@gmail.com. Tony, what did you get up to in guns this week? How about you start us off?
Sure. I mentioned about my still in the corner. Okay. SBI build, potentially 450 Bushmaster. So I'm flipping through the reloading manuals as you do as a reloader. So the first thing I found out, which I shared on Discord, is I was looking at data that's kind of similar to 450 Bushmaster, but not 50 Bush like exclusively. For example, 454 Casull, 460 Swiss & Wesson, 45 Colt, 445 ACP. And I did not know the pressure limit for 454 Casull was 65,000 PSI semi-spec. That seems like a lot for primarily a handgun cartridge.
Yeah.
And probably due to bolt thrust and things I don't really understand from a gunsmithing perspective, and larger bolt diameter was still the tiny little lugs on the AR platform, MSR platform. I believe 450 Bushmaster is limited just slightly below 40,000. So don't go load your 454 Casull loads in 450 Bushmasters. That's not what I'm talking about, but there are things that can be borrowed. For example, lower velocity stuff. If you want to shoot subsonic or transonic, like 45 ACP plus P kind of stuff. And I found something really funny, which is if you do a lot of pistol, especially high volume value reloading, you would know about some type of bullets, mostly like plated bullets or powder coated bullets. There are speed limits to how fast you can actually shoot them before the plating start to separate, and either your accuracy is going to suffer, or it could apparently can let up your barrel really badly. I did not know that for some FMJ and jacketed hollow point options, there might or might not be a speed limit on those too. For example, Hornady part number 45200 and then 45220 are the same thing for expanding hollow points, XTP bullets, but one of them is marked Magnum, which is really interesting. And for the Hornady reloading manual for 450 Bushmaster, you're still using a pistol bullet because the caliber is correct. 452 bullets, not 458 bullets, which would be 458 SOCOM, 4570, for example. So there is going to be variances. I did try to send out a few emails to a few of the vendors, Barnes being one of them. I asked if I can shoot their 452 160 grain full copper pistol bullets, and they said, yeah, send it, it's fine. They probably work better at higher speeds too, which I found kind of funny. So usually 450 Bush, you will see like lows at 250 grain, so you'll be pushing that 160 out pretty fast. I also emailed our friends in Canada, Campro. They said their coating should be good to at least 2000. So for like reduced loads for just plinking, that would be plenty. But there are also like big rifle grade 452 bullets out there in case you need to push it like 2500, things like that. There's also interesting consideration for twist rates. For 45 Colt, 45 ACP, your classic twist rate is 1 to 16, which is already pretty damn slow, but 45 big bullet. For Bushmasters, it's very funny because on one hand, you have Ruger number ones, which does 1 to 10 twist for a 45, which sounds kind of crazy. And then there's like 1 to 24, even into 1 to 36 twist for some of the MSR AR barrels out there. For reference, your Casuls will be 1 to 24 classic twist. So there's a big variation in there. Apparently, most of them stables just fine, even for the top weight class bullets from Hornady, 395 grain sub X from the 450 Bushmaster, and they tested it out of a 124 twist. Appears to be fine. So maybe it doesn't matter as much as, 223, 556, where, you can only shoot 55 grains out of your 19 twist compared to you should shoot your 77 and up class from your 1 to 7 twist. Like, that's really not a huge difference in comparison to this, but that's more digging that I have to do. Another thing I did was I built a ancient piece of technology. I built myself a preset kit, but I completed my letter holder, so I have fresh targets on the top, and then I have my reference targets on the bottom. And a Discord member, APAW, was asking what kind of accuracy you could get out of like 55 grain balls, which I recall wasn't very good. These are all 69 grains. This is 50 yards though, so double the size of this. This is out of my Mossberg MVP, which is maybe in Adriel's background right now. I don't even know. And these are 50 yards. Well, these are actually, these are match type 50. So these are not balls. These are hand load 50, like light class match type bullets. Some of them are varmint bullets. Yeah, this is from the Campro ball type bullet. This is not great, but yeah. So I'll probably take some pictures of these and send it onto the Discord. But maybe don't expect premier accuracy out of your 55 grain ball or like X193 stuff. It just doesn't usually work out that way.
It's not exactly meant for, precision.
No, I wouldn't say that. But
so, just out of curiosity, what made you go down the 454 Casull round? Like I'm a bit of a fan of one gun that shoots that cartridge. I will own one day, but
it's not really I'm going down that route. As in, I'm pretty set on the 450 Bushmaster thing, but it's just higher speed, higher pressure, 452 bullet size in terms of a reloading manual. So basically, what I'm more concerned about is kind of the concern of 450 Bushmaster when it's introduced is it's not shooting 458 bullets. It's not shooting rifle class bullets. You're having a lot of speed behind it. But in fact, 454 Casull have way more speed, same bullet, same size. And some manufacturers separate 45 ACP bullets from 45 Colt bullets, which is a little odd because from the SAMU drawings, they're the same size. But anyway, so 454 Casull is a good reference point for me as a reloader to explore maybe options that's not quite common for 450 Bushmaster, saying, okay, they're reaching this kind of velocity with this type of bullet. I just want to know this part number will support that speed without having an integrity issue. Basically.
That's fair. That makes sense. Cool.
What about you, Dustin?
Ooh, I didn't get up to a bunch, but I did finally start my project on my MP7 at home. I actually I'll post some pictures on the Discord this week. I think I got it masked and started painting just the frame right now. I'm gonna do some test painting this week on an airsoft replica Glock before I paint my actual gun. Just to see.
You're not confident enough.
No. There's a couple of different methodologies I want to try, and like once you start, it's cleanable, but it's a bit of a pain in the butt.
Which
So
is fair.
I want to test out a couple of things first, and conveniently I have a bunch of like extra stuff like that lying around that I can ruin or make cooler. I don't know. So I'm doing that. But yeah, so I started the MP7 project, which has been exciting and fun. And I realized there's going to be a whole bunch more steps and got to paint all the little bits. And I'm still waiting for my shipment of little vinyls. I'm trying to organize a work group shoot because obviously everybody in props has their pal and or there are pal, and most of the people I'm working with right now doing building all own guns. Not all of them, but most of them do. And the couple that don't, they're like, oh yeah, we'd be into maybe coming and shooting with you guys. That'd be kind of cool. So yeah, stand by for that. But I think that'd be a fun thing to do. Just go out and shoot with a bunch of coworkers. So kind of.
Are you gonna bring prohibs out?
Maybe. We'll see. Probably mags at least. The range we'd go to probably not prohib guns because most ranges are, while they're like certified for up to calibers, they are also certified for non-restricted and restricted. Although I believe our range is certified for prohibited, but last time I asked.
So technically speaking, OIC Pro the day before OIC, you could have shot that gun.
Yes.
And the day after, despite the fact that you have the authority to bring that gun out,
yep,
it is no longer templated for that particular firearm.
That's correct. I actually went through that exact thing a couple years ago. It was after the OIC. I was armorer for a video game, and they wanted to do their own audio recording pack. They gave us a whole huge list of guns they wanted to record. Obviously a bunch of prohibs and a bunch of not, and we rented out. Well, it was actually a big struggle. Originally, we were going to use my range because my range wanted nothing to do with having prohibs because let's call it like 6 months after the OIC. Gosh, it was a while ago now.
Too old, too funny.
Too old, too funny. And then we went and rented out another range. They were going to be cool with it, but we needed the CFO's, like approval because we'd rented like the whole thing. We're like, we're going to own this range for a couple of days. Nobody else is here. This is cool, right? And the CFO was like,
CFO won't buy it.
No, they were like, nope, go away. That range isn't certified for prohibited. So I'm like, well, but it is certified for all of the calibers that we're using. And for instance, at the time, like I think we'd had like a Tavor, an X95, say. And I was like, well, they want an X95 and they want this AR-15. I can shoot the one here, but we can't shoot the other. They're using the same cartridge. I'm going to use the same magazine. And they're like, nope, don't do that. And I'm like, great.
Too old, too funny.
Well, that wasn't the range. The range was very enthusiastic about.
No, I'm just saying your CFO.
The CFO. Yeah. So CFO said no. We had to go rent a government range. It was a whole big hassle.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it was. That's the story for another day. But yeah, so probably organize that in the near future. We're just kind of trying to nail down dates. Summer's like a terrible time to organize people. Unfortunately, everybody's really busy, and it's hot. But we've got a nice.
Well, do you prefer hot or shooting in the rain?
Oh, I'll shoot in the rain over in the direct sunlight. I'm an actual vampire. I'm 180 years old, and I burst into flames if I'm in direct sunlight. So,
that's why Vancouver is the perfect spot.
It's perfect for me. Yeah, it's 220 days of clouds a year. Other than that, I have been properly tempted by that 410 lever shotgun Space Gat that we looked at. I'm not gonna lie,
no.
it's open on a browser on my computer here. It's open on a browser on my phone. International Shooting Supplies in Surrey has a couple still after all their pre-orders. I'm probably gonna go visit it tomorrow, and
Now you need a 410 shot reloading press.
I really do. The 410 ammos, like the reason I didn't get that revolver one is that 410 ammo is just stinking hard to find. And
that too.
Speaking of revolver one, what about a revolver 22 rifle?
Yeah, but
I know someone who's got one of those.
I do. I also know someone that's got one of those and said it wasn't very good. Just saying, he didn't have a bunch of great things to say, but really, like, I was enthusiastic about it, and then he was like, "Yeah, it's not very good." And I'm like, "Oh, well, that's too bad."
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Maybe I'm certainly into some weird shotguns though. So we'll see. If I come home without that shotgun, it'll be an impressive act of discipline because I've got a big trip coming up. I'm trying to save money. I really don't need to spend $700 right now, plus whatever the ammo costs. I might get smacked by my partner if I do. Not actual spousal abuse, just a good love tap upside the head. But we'll see. I guess we'll find out tomorrow. Tune in next week. But yeah, that's more or less all I've done. I've been working a lot, so I haven't had a whole bunch of time to get out, and it's been really stinking hot outside. Yeah. What about you, Adriel? What you been up to?
We've had like the coolest summer in years. Like we're breaking like 80-year-old temperature records right now with how cool.
Wow,
really? I thought the whole globe was heating up. I thought we were getting hotter every year until we.
It's been real rainy in Alberta this year, which is great
maybe
for
in
smoke.
Your part, Tony, because
that's true.
Not here or the southeast. It's been like dry as a popcorn fart, but yeah, pretty dry. You like my old-timey sayings, Dustin?
I've never heard that one before. That's new. I'm going to file that away. That's great.
All right. Anyways, because it's been drier than a popcorn fart, there have been a shitload of gophers out there. And I have...
Is that how it works? I saw it's because it's wet.
No.
Hasn't been wet.
It's just where I work, I don't used to see just gophers running everywhere. It's an industrial area. And there are some patches of undeveloped, like basically land with grass in it. I'm guessing maybe the grass grows is something, but they're being exploded. I can't at a four-way stop everywhere. Before I get to work, there's like just always a gopher crossing the road. It's like, maybe I should stop.
Yeah, I think I mentioned that I'd gotten emailed from the Canadian Press, and they were looking to go shoot gophers with me, and I'm like, I'm too busy, and I'm like, I've got too many things going on this weekend, which you guys know.
Yeah,
pal, maple seed with some gophers afterwards, right? Which was like absolutely crazy to try to do. But yeah, there were a crap load of them out there. The place I normally go, like we hunt it like multiple times per year. We keep the population down. They exploded this year. They were everywhere. So yeah,
should have used a shotgun. Can you use line charges in Canada?
I think you'd need like a pyrotechnics license. You would need a license for explosives and that kind of thing. Unless you're using tannerite. You could use tannerite.
I want big boom.
Can you? What are the rules around
chain them up?
Baiting gophers. Like, can you bait gophers? Is that against the law?
I don't think there's any rules against that. I'm not sure though, but I don't think there's any rules against that thing.
Yeah, entertainment only, but
in Alberta, I don't believe it's a regulated game, so I don't think they care how you dispose of them.
No. Anyways, we shot a bunch of them. All 22s, all just wailing away 3 to 4 people for hours and hours and hours at a time. Just we actually found one spot where there was 4 of us for 45 minutes. We just sat in one spot.
Really?
They don't run away on you.
No,
they'll pop up, pop down, and run around, play, eat each other's dead friends.
I need your digital scope, and I need to shoot a gopher with an expanding 450 Bushmaster bow.
Or the 17, the speed is what you want. That thing wouldn't even expand in that gopher. You need like a 17 caliber bullet going stinking fast. 17 Hornady, or there's another 17 that's got a ridiculous, or the 20 Ruger. 204.
204 Ruger, yeah.
Yeah, that would make them pop pretty good too. But even like 17 HMR will like cut them in half. And
204 Ruger is such a niche cartridge. Now in Alberta
Very.
and a lot of places, it's going to be even more niche because they lowered the bullet standard to 22 for hunting. So can't use that thing for anything else.
yeah. Anyways, yeah. So I got out and did all that stuff. I recently I had a borescope before. It wasn't as good. This is way better. The quality on this one's way better. It's like a Teslong one. Yeah, it takes some really nice video on the inside of the bore. And I was using it on a rifle before the show here, and I was like, ugh, this looks pretty gross. So I was
22?
Scrubbing, yeah, 22. A loaner
that's
rifle
why.
for Maple Seed.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
That makes sense. Yeah, I clean it every year, but I don't always clean the barrel.
You clean it every
clean it
year.
every year.
That's a statement.
And it gets used up to 12 times a year, we'll say, times 200 rounds.
That's a lot for 22.
It is. Like if the action gets all cruddy, I'll use some. Now I'll use some Birchwood Casey gun scrubber, which smells to me like brake clean, but a little bit nicer. Yeah, and just like clean out the action. Keep in mind, I'm scrubbing the chamber probably once an event because they stop loading the round won't go all the way in because the chamber will be too cruddy.
Yeah,
hit it with a chamber brush and away you go. Which, if you're interested, for a 22 caliber rifle, you get a 25 caliber. That's the size you want for scrubbing the chamber. You get just the brush, and then you bend it. So if this is our brush here, you bend it right about there, and then you can hold on to the angled bit and just kind of sneak it in the side and scrub the chamber real quick.
Might as well just scrub the whole thing.
No, you won't be able to get the 25 cal down the whole way. And a 22 cal brush may not get the chamber completely scrubbed. And that's the really
true.
important part is the chamber. So 25 cal into the ejection port, scrub it, you're done. It'll function again. Yeah, lots of gophers. Lots of so the day one I was just doing standing, hasty sling, that kind of thing. Day two, I picked up a little monopod. Not like one of the nice trigger ones, but one of the crappy ones.
Standing? You're not doing a sitting or like a table or anything like that?
I prefer sitting and that kind of thing, but a lot of times you see them from standing. You see more gophers from when you're standing than from when you're sitting or laying down or a table or whatever. So sometimes this is the option you have to take. So
yeah,
I do like it. It does add some stability. Not a lot compared, like honestly, you'd think this adds some like a lot of. It does not add a lot of stability compared to the bipod versions. Add quite a bit more, and then the quad pod versions, of course, they add quite a bit more. But this, I would say, it's similar to hasty sling. It's just
your hand is not as restrained, so to speak.
Yeah,
and it's like less effort to fire from.
Well, especially if you're out all day, like it sounds like you guys are having a bunch of fun. I'm gonna have to come visit because that just sounds like a delightful time.
It is. It was a delightful time to spend hours and hours and hours
in the blazing sun.
In the blazing sun. Oh, well, you know what?
Wait.
It wasn't hot though.
Hmm.
It was like 20. The one day got up to 25, but with like a good wind. So.
Oh, that's perfect.
Cooking.
Yeah, no, I've got it. I've got UV reflective shirts and wide brim hats, so I'm fine. I can come
wide brim hats, like those old timey, like this flat ones, right? Like the
I've got it's big.
You'd see on Van Helsing or something.
One day, yeah, I'm gonna be pretty close to that.
Next weekend here, I got a PAL coming up on Saturday, and I think I'm gonna cancel the RPAL because I only had one guy say he might take it. And
that's it?
No one else. That's it. Yeah.
Golly.
But hey, a full weekend.
Dude.
What's
that
about? Oh,
yeah.
Maybe I'll have a weekend. Yeah.
Did you schedule them every week, like matching PAL, RPAL all the time before, or?
Monthly, PAL, RPAL.
Okay.
And then like that's at one location. And then I'm doing all these other locations like private, Bonnieville, that kind of thing, which had quite a few people there. It was actually pretty well attended. Yeah. So I'll do another PAL course this weekend coming up.
Cool. Well, I mean, do an RPAL or do a PAL and have some weekend time to yourself. Sounds kind of amazing.
Yeah, maybe I'll go shoot some guns.
Hey,
Sounds
that's a
like-
good idea.
The future is probably going to be like still PAL is still going to be on schedule, but our PAL is probably going to be like 1-3, 1-4 kind of ratio. Just you're going to skip a few weeks.
Hmm.
That's cool. Oh, all right. Since that's all of us, let's talk about upcoming events. Do you want to talk about Maple Seed?
Yeah, I mean, we got some of those. That's a thing we do.
Yep.
Like I said, I was in Bonnyville last weekend doing one of those. What do we got? Coming up here, July 25th and 26th, North Peace Rod and Gun in Fort St. Jean. July 28th in Rancho del Sol, basically Grand Prairie, Alberta. August 9th in Blindman Valley. That's Red Deer. I'll be there. Tony, you want to go to that thing?
Ooh.
Wait, what?
You want to go to Red Deer, and you should IIT. You should IIT for that thing.
Oh God,
Come on.
when is it?
July 9th, Red Deer.
Ooh. Wait, July? That
That
can't be right.
Sorry,
That's
August 9th. Let's go a month out here.
Somehow you're not going to shoot Chaz 3-gun on that weekend
No, because I'm doing a Maple Seed.
or Mighty Peace. Oh wow, that's a busy weekend.
Mhm.
I
I won't put you on the spot right now. Just think about it.
think about it.
August
Think
9th
about
is
it.
same day in Cornwall, Ontario. August 16th, Frontenac in Kingston. August 23rd and 24th at Sherwood Park in Edmonton. And that takes us to September, and I don't want to go off that far. So
that's September's worlds away. You know.
Yeah.
All right. Well, what about your HGG firearms training? You wanna?
yeah, this weekend. But like I said, the PAL's already sold out. Our PAL is not, and I'm not going to run it.
PAL is still popular, eh?
Yeah.
August 16th, I'm already like a third sold out, and that's a month away.
Hey, you're contributing. We're getting real close to 2.5 million gun owners, and that's great. You know,
And
Alberta's leading the cause.
like, way
Yeah.
up there
Oh yeah.
per capita and that kind
Yeah.
of thing. Yeah, we're way up there.
No, for sure.
Yeah.
I think
that's to August. Yeah.
Yeah. Dave doesn't like us anymore, so he's not here to read the Ontario Rifle Association calendar, but the events calendar is up at the Ontario Rifle Association.ca. So check that out if you are in Ontario and are curious about the Rifle Association events.
He
what
hate
do
the
we
fact that I took away his LPC.
got? 3-gun matches at 3gun.ca.
July 26th, Sherwood Park. August 9th, doubleheader ish. You can't be at 2 matches at the same time. Mighty Peace 3-gun and Chaz. And August the 30th at Sherwood Park.
Cool. BTSA Steel Challenge Weekend. That's July 20th.
So this coming
Oh,
weekend.
wait, 1 second.
Oh.
Chaz Battle of Alberta is now open.
Oh,
So that's for September
sold out yet?
5th. It's not sold out yet, and we reduced the price.
oh, really?
How much is it now?
$100.
That's not bad.
It's not bad.
2-day match, camping available. Are you coming up for that, Tony?
Oh my God.
You know you want to do it.
Should.
Dude, if I lived that close, I would be up for that.
What do you mean? It's so far away. It's such a boring, long, straight drive.
It's a 3-hour drive. That's nothing, man.
Tony, I used to drive 3 hours to go to a movie. Like, I'm not even kidding.
The snooze fest.
It's
Saskatchewan.
true. I literally used to drive that far to go to a movie one way. So,
I just wouldn't go to that movie then.
You would go to no movies then, because
yeah,
that's
'cause
the
there's-
closest one.
it's true. But yeah, BTSA Steel Challenge Weekend is coming up. It's on Praxis Score. I don't know if you can still register.
Yep, still available. Yep.
All right. And with that, we're moving on to the news. You want to talk about the RCMP militia members? We didn't talk about this last week, but Tony, you want to touch it, or I can?
I don't really know about the details.
Right.
I just know they have an insufficient amount of ammunition, questionable
so-
magazine.
So yeah, it's essentially it sounds like 4 folks, a couple active or potentially formerly active military members got themselves picked up trying to form a militia. For all the hubbub that they're making about this, and like, oh, their collection, the massive quantity of guns that they had and their 11,000 rounds of ammo. I'm like, that's no yikes. And all of the thing I loved about the media with this is the speculation. How did they get all these guns? And I'm looking at all the guns and yeah. Oh, thank you for that. That's much better.
Look at that Mosin.
Yeah,
Oof.
it's a
Yeah, it's
High precision, man.
yeah,
Jesus.
that's an assault style rifle for
no,
sure.
It's a military style rifle.
Oh, you're right. It is a
Military style, high precision,
Yeah,
Well,
high
let's not
power
get
rifle.
Let's not get too far. High power, I agree.
yeah.
High precision.
Somebody did spy.
It's
the
got a
Shiitake-
scope on it, and it's got a bipod. We can't have bipods anymore.
Yeah, no. Look at how long that barrel is. That's common.
Also, was a break.
Yeah, with a great break. But yeah, they're making a big deal out of this, and I'm kind of thankful that a couple of them were in the armed forces because it's kind of taken some of the heat off of the gun owners because almost certainly every gun that they got were formerly
That
legal.
looks like a CQB.
Yeah, I know. This is the thing is that they are being charged for like trying to form a militia and like basically they're being charged for going out and practicing and doing all the things.
They're
No,
gonna
they're
form a
getting charged
militia
for-
with a Luger PO8.
Well, no, the guys they're getting charged because they had prohibited magazines and
I mean, that's
that kind of thing.
that too, but they are definitely going after them for like their plans, right? You're right. I think the prohib stuff is probably what they'll get them on.
Mhm.
And especially if they were still out shooting any of those, because that's a no-no. They had some nice guns in their collection.
Look at
though.
that sneaky little
Yeah, I see that.
Chiappa Mini Badger. That is very dangerous.
Yeah,
Type
I'm
81.
digging the yeah, there's a couple of good guns in there.
Facilitating a terrorist activity. That's what they're charged with.
Yeah, thank you. It is essentially because they were forming a militia and that's against the law in Canada and planning to take four guys were going to take land back in Quebec. Good luck. Like that. Good luck with 11,000 rounds. How many magazines did they have? 20? Like
No, they had a bunch.
I
Had a
want to
bunch,
know
that
what
is a bunch.
in
but-
this picture is seized military equipment. Is it the
it was-
camel?
it was
the
comms.
radio?
It's the radio. It's the comms.
Somehow communication is no longer allowed in this country. Okay.
Well, it's
Unsafe-
government
unsafe
owned.
storage, high capacity magazines, some prohibited firearms.
Yeah, so it's mostly chicken shit. Like
Are they really prohibited firearms?
Not
They're
the,
just
the
they're like
terrorist charge. They'll nail it to the wall. For
they're
that.
like
oh yeah,
Bren 2 MSs, so they were like recently OIC'd.
yeah. They were
130 magazine though. That's quite a few.
yeah, and I
For
mean like
83 guns though, it's like less than
rookie
2
numbers.
mags. Yeah, that's not explosive devices though. I don't know
the
what
explosive
that is
devices.
about.
I'm kind of curious about that. Like I don't know if they're what
But
they
I'm
were doing.
I'm
but
thinking because they mentioned a military smoke grenades. I'm gonna say that's probably explosive device in their mind too.
possibly, yeah,
Maybe.
possibly. But
Yeah.
anyway, I mean it's mostly speculation, something to keep an eye on. But I don't know. It looks like the government will use any excuse for just coming after you, even for training. Be careful what you say. Be careful what groups you have. Yeah, 130 mags. That's a few. I bet you if we dug through Adriel's collection, he's probably got 130 mags. But
I won't say if I do or don't.
you could have 12 mags. Some the upper and lower limits. Who knows? We can never really know. But anyway, moving on. How we talk about night hunting and night shooting regulations changing in Alberta.
I just found it funny because it wasn't included in the early preview. Not House of Commons. What's the provincial version?
A law change, yeah.
It-
Whatever. It
The
is.
the lawmakers chamber. They didn't mention this part, but in the pretty much the very end of the 2025 year, 2025-2026 version, so this year's current version of hunting regs, they did mention in point 38, night hunting and night shooting. The damage control license may now include exemptions on the prohibition for hunting and shooting wildlife at night. Then there's a bunch of condition on top of that.
Yeah, wildlife.
Probably you need an approval from Terry Bryan, which is probably fine, but shooting coyotes with nods may be coming to Alberta.
Shooting coyotes with
hopefully.
nods. That would be pretty fun. I would like that'd be
No
pretty-
suppressors though.
What about
Can't
hogs?
have everything, but
Can we go hog hunting?
I don't think there's enough hogs in Alberta.
I think
yet.
that there's enough.
There are
hogs.
hogs in Alberta.
Yeah, there's
Well,
enough.
is there
hogs in
enough
Alberta.
though?
Yes.
No, because I'll try to find them.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Fair. All right. After that, we've got the CCFR call to action. This like just popped up today, I believe. Somebody want to bring it up for me here?
One moment, please.
Stand by.
Beep.
All
How
right.
do you guys say standby? What's your standby voice? Everyone's got one.
Oh, if
Stand
you're-
by.
Mm-hmm. Going up.
Beep.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
about
I
right. do
try to go up a
shake.
little bit. Yeah, I take that curve. Anyway, sorry, can you scroll down a little bit? We got pre-budget consultations. What exactly is it that the CCFR wants us to do here?
There's a bunch of things, but I'll send this link in the chat and probably include how the CCFR instruction was as well. But I think for question 3, there is complete the firearm buyback program. That is the one you don't want, I guess. I don't know.
Check that one. That's fair.
Like, just check everything else, maybe.
In my experience, every time the government has, put out any kind of like public consultation, when it doesn't go in their favor of confiscate all the guns, they just ignore it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if everybody clicks everything but that,
It still won't make a difference.
It won't make any difference at all. The government will do what they like. We do not live in a free country, and you can fight me on that. But anyway, still worthwhile. CCFR wants you to do it. They're fighting for you. Least you can do is check some boxes and not check that box on this Department of Finance program, which makes sense, right? The government's trying to save money right now, and if they're trying to pick and choose what programs to fund and not fund, we don't want them to fund the forcible confiscation of our firearms. So, and then
I don't think anyone's gonna check that one off. There's other things on that list that are higher priority.
I suspect, based on the expensive research that our federal government did before the election, that gun owners don't trust the government to exercise that correctly, or so we're probably not going to pull the trigger on that one. But who knows? If Natalie gets her way, we'll see.
And
Go
she
Puns.
is
Shout out to
Part of-
Natalie,
part
friend
of
of the
that
show. Moving on.
How did Carney say her name?
I don't remember.
Provenost.
Provenost?
Provenost. Oh, that should be her new name. Good old Provenost. Speaking of our esteemed prime minister, I'm not drunk, I swear. Speaking of our our governor. Speaking of Uncle Carney, I think it was yesterday during a some sort of a press thing. He was standing in front of some folks in hard hats and getting asked a difficult question about crime in Canada and what the government plans to do about it after they've made such a damn mess in the last decade. Carney did mention that almost all firearms, illegal firearms and firearms used in crime, the vast majority are coming from the United States. And that is, yeah, he is part of a bigger announcement. Okay, so it was during a steel thing. But anyway, he did mention that. I would encourage anybody that feels like getting politically involved, if you haven't been, you should take the CCFR was kind enough to take this clip, and you can find it on their website or on their YouTube page. It's 2 minutes long, and send that to your MP and just have a conversation with them. Get the ball rolling on okay, well, if you guys can recognize that only 1% of all of the fentanyl going into the United States is coming from Canada, and that isn't a good justification for crippling Canada, that perhaps using the same train of logic that the government is operating on, now that the government recognizes and has expressed publicly that the majority of the illegal crime guns that are being used are coming from the United States, that perhaps that same train of logic might lead them to leaving us the hell alone and maybe undoing some of the mess that they've done and giving the firearms industry a chance to come back to that $8 billion beauty that it was, generating taxes and jobs and all those good things that we're supposed to be doing in Canada right now. So that's my little encouragement to any of our listeners, any of our viewers. It takes 5 minutes to write an email to your MP. I know they're going to ignore it unless they're conservative, but
quantity. We're going for quantity here.
Not
necessarily quality of argument, because they're not going to read it anyways. Some staff are going to read it. But
Yep.
if enough people email in, then maybe they'll. We
It's a thing.
might be able to change it. The thing is, if they change your tune, I think you guys know what it's going to be.
Yeah, it's going to be grandfathering.
You get they're grandfathering.
Yeah, we all know, but nonetheless, it's guys right now. Like we've got a PM who is he's riding the pragmatism train, and this is not a good time for them to be confiscating 500,000 plus firearms and spending billions of dollars. And if we can preserve those guns, we at least have a chance at being able to use them again sometime, because this government will not last forever. I say, hopefully. Moving on. That is the end of the news. Now on to new gun stuff. And a reminder, if you're shopping at Cabela's, we have a Cabela's link that you can use, and we get a little kickback if you buy something. So go on to slamfireradio.com and find that Cabela's link, and if you do buy something, we will read about it on the show once in a while, obviously anonymized, but tell people the cool stuff that's being bought. And with that, speaking of the devil, we've got Federal Premium Vital Shock ammunition.
So there's a few Federal Premium ammo on sale for this week at Cabela's. I just wanted to showcase this to showcase the whole copper thing, the copper bullet thing. They're at $59 for a box of 20, which isn't too crazy for good hunting ammo, I guess. And comparing to their other offerings for premium hunting ammo, that's like traditional cup and core or bonded, I guess, they're about the same price. So if you want to venture into the whole copper projectile hunting thing, you might be able to for $3 a round. And that does not include the 10% off if you use the code pickup, I believe, for in-store pickup today. Well, not today. If you order it today and pick it up later.
Cool.
Yeah. That's the one you want to do.
Yes, definitely.
Really, what you want to do is get the gift cards and then combo on the 10% pickup and then combo it onto a sale.
And then click on our link to buy things.
Yeah, listen to these guys. Do it all. Yeah, that's the best bang for your buck for all of us.
This is a really good deal on 17 HMR ammo.
Ooh, that is
really
a good deal on 17 HMR. Whew.
Yeah, so
how many?
79.98. There's 200 rounds in there.
That's a good deal.
How many 17 HMR guns are out there, though?
I have at least one.
Less 17 WSM, more 17 HMR.
Fair.
Yeah, they're accurate. The only thing that's like a downside to this is like compared to 22, that these rounds, with the 10% discount, and if you get the other 10% discount, you can get them down to like the mid 30 cents per round kind of a thing, which is pretty good.
That's pretty good. No, that's a good deal. Might have to do some purchasing after the show.
Mm-hmm.
Right. What about next on the list? You want to click we've got the MRA Renegades. They are back in stock, folks. Where are they back in stock?
I believe at Victory Ridge and Ammo Source might have them too.
Cool. Yeah. I mean, I'm sad that they have to exist, but I'm happier they exist than not. So, go support. Plus, you get like a 12.5-inch barrel. That's kind of fun. In a non-restricted platform, so go support.
They got 12.5. They got some other stuff.
They have a 19 though, which is kind of odd.
I refuse. If you're gonna make me have a manual gun, I want the shortest version of that
19,
gun.
16, 12.5.
They get more expensive.
They probably still have builder kits.
They're the same price.
They're all the same price.
$1,500 though. Ouchie.
12.5 is a little bit too short for 223. I like a 16.
It's true. Well, all right, look, it depends on what you're going for. If you want novelty and like pissing off the guy next to you, 12.5 is
for
perfect.
Sure.
Yeah.
What do you mean? 4.5 inches is what is that, man?
It makes a huge 4.5 total.
It makes a huge fireball. It's great. I've had many a shorty AR in my life, and I love them all. Yeah. All right, the Tornado Defense 12 gauge. Buckshot is on sale. 250 rounds for $272. That's
where is it made?
It's not bad.
I'm not sure where Tornado's made.
Never heard of them.
Like the Score stuff goes on sale every once in a while for pretty decent. M-90.eu. Oh, this looks like European.
Yeah. That deal for our listeners can be found at rangeviewsports.ca. So definitely worth checking that out. That's a good deal.
About the brand. Tornado shotgun shells. Okay, I'm curious.
I feel like Score is cheaper though. Score gets down
It
to
is.
under $1 a shot.
I
Yeah,
think it is. Yeah.
Support Canada.
I mean, just support our gun shops, right? If the shops in Canada support it, buy their ammo, buy their guns, keep them.
Are they
running,
going to be
right?
big Turkish or no?
Let's
Ooh,
no.
no, they'll be
a lot of
European.
ammo. Let's see.
Well, I mean, Turkey's Eastern
What
European.
what is this? What are even these words? Ozalj, associated in Dugar Resa, not far from Karlovac. Then these are
Okay,
other
that
places.
is like Eastern.
Croatia.
Oh, Croatia. There we go.
Croatia.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Well,
VHS 2. Is it
hey,
VHS 2? Yeah.
I don't know.
Think about the Springfield guns. It's fine. Helium.
Buy,
Yeah.
buy some double up buck. There's some good guns out of Croatia.
The picture doesn't match though. The picture looks like double aught.
The Citadel PAT shotgun. Yeah. So we've got a Citadel.
Semi-auto? No, pump.
No, that's a
Okay.
pump gun. Yeah, Citadel
Pump
PAT shotgun. Keep
Fixed
scrolling
modified
before you read it.
choke, 12 gauge, 20-inch barrel.
Has
I like that-
sights.
I like that barrel length.
Yeah.
I don't like that it has sights.
I do this. That's
I
cool.
like a bead sight on a shotgun and nothing else. Like iron sights and that kind of thing. You'll never convince me that's the correct thing to do.
I love iron sights on a shotgun. You
They
can be
look
wrong.
cool.
It's okay.
They look cool.
But how do you aim your slugs?
Same way I aim everything else.
With
That's
the
why
bead.
my slugs always fly high.
There you go. I mean, I don't know. To each their own. I do enjoy a good sight on a shotgun, but you're right. I mean, generally, a pump gun should have a bead on it.
Red dot, red dot.
Yeah, let's just put red dots on everything. That's even better. Moving on, we got small pistol primers, cheap at Bullseye.
Bullseye North.
Bullseye
Oh my
North
goodness.
for $67 for 1,000 rounds. That's a screaming good deal.
I think that's the cheapest I've seen it ever since I started reloading.
that might be the cheapest I've seen it like in years. Like
Yeah,
years
at
and
least
years.
the last 5. Well, pre-COVID.
I would say
Pre-COVID,
at least
5
The
years
start of
for sure.
COVID is when primers got expensive because
Yeah.
everyone started going into the
reloading for
bunkers
the
and-
apocalypse.
Yeah, reloading for the apocalypse.
Oh.
And
And Bullseye offer free shipping on their hazmat stuff as well. So buy
that's-
5,000
my goodness.
primers.
Oh, that's a good deal. Bullseye rocks. So they don't sponsor the show. They just rock.
They have in the past. Yeah.
I've spent $1 or $2 in their store. We've got an American Tactical MB3R. It's a Remington 870 clone. Yeah, it's kind of
Combos a rail?
Rail on
Yeah,
top,
it looks like it's got a
rail
little
on
rail.
bottom. If you want to put
Let's-
your bipod
Lights.
on there and pump the bipod.
We got a
Or
price
what, I
somewhere.
guess.
Where's the price?
Yeah, you just click through this S&J site here.
Oh,
$349.
$349. That's not bad.
It's got to be a Chinese. Is
Undoubtedly.
it Chinese
For
or is
that,
it Turkish? Yeah, they don't say.
It didn't come from
SP
Canada.
Precision Products. No.
Honestly, like you buy a $350 gun, you kind of know what you're gonna get. But
But if it's an 870 clone, then you can swap in some 870 furniture, pumps, and some other stuff maybe.
I was just gonna say that's the
They should
that's the
just
nice thing.
they should
So-
sell a A70 like receiver kit or something.
dude. I mean, for $350, it's worth it for the receiver alone, right? Like if it is,
I
a
know,
proper
but if it
870
can be-
clone,
It could
Like-
be $300 without the pump and the stock that you don't need.
it's fine. But nonetheless, check that out. That's at S&J Hardware. They're awesome, friends of the show. I'm just going to keep saying that now. I mean, they actually are friends of the show. We've got
Everyone's friends of the
Campro LRM primers at London Darrow.
London Darrow. Yep.
Yeah,
They've
I'm
got
familiar with
large
London
rifle
Darrow.
Magnum, which has been
I
a
like Campro.
total bugger to get.
Yeah,
I
that's
thought we mentioned somewhere else had
wow.
them too, but yeah, it's
Yeah,
reasonable
You know what?
price.
$150 for 1,000 rounds of like large Magnum primers. That's good. Large rifle magnums. That's really good.
It is pretty good. Yep.
Yeah,
Get
for all
your
you-
300 Win Mag, get your 330 Lapua.
That's a fantastic deal.
Mhm.
And last but not least, we've got some A17 ammo.
Got it already.
We did. Oh, yeah, you're right.
Comboed it with the other one there.
Yes. Well, in that case, this Cam Pro is the last and still not least. And that means we get to roll into our main topic. What are we talking about for our main topic today?
I don't know. Like I was thinking about talking about shooting gophers and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
You've done it, Dustin. Tony,
Love
you haven't?
I've shot 2 gophers in my life. Public
Hey.
land gophers was the shotgun that's not here, the Winchester. I've confirmed 2 kills,
Mhm.
both shotguns, both target loads at
Close.
25-ish yards,
Yeah.
I think. After
That's-
I pull the trigger, everyone disappears, so I can only inspect that particular body, and that's how I hunted. And then the second day I came back, well, like a month later, I came back, pulled the trigger again, killed another one. That's the extent of my gopher hunting experience.
That is about as close to using a blunderbuss like on something at close range, like shotgun on a gopher at 25 yards. That's almost not even fair.
That was my first year of firearm ownership. That was the piece of land I was legally able to shoot on, and there's gophers. And I know it is. I did my research. I'm legally allowed to destroy gophers at any time of the year, I guess.
Yep.
At least
with
in the summer, it's
12 gauge,
fine.
You can properly destroy them.
That doesn't say. Well,
You
no.
fertilize the landscape with them that way.
They look surprisingly intact. I want to know. Like at the time, I wasn't as, I don't know, brave or knowledgeable or into hunting, so I didn't like take them apart and see how many pellets they received. They don't look too hurt, which is kind of interesting.
Yeah, they probably
I know,
took
it's
one
That's
off.
because that's because you're using target load, right? So if you're using 7.5 or something like that, it's not
Small
gonna,
BBs, yeah.
It's not going to do a lot of damage, and yeah, especially from 25. Like, so a shotgun is not really a great firearm to use for that kind of thing. You can, but
If you want to
Actu-
do one at a time, that's okay.
and
General
or
direction,
if they're close and you're going for a headshot and you've got full choke, sure, 25 yards, full choke, aiming at, just because sometimes like just their head pops out of the hole, right?
Yeah.
So I guess you could use a shotgun for that, and you'd
Not
be more
recommended.
successful with that than you would with a 22 for that shot.
Yeah, for that shot.
that's
22's
even questionable.
All right, so let's start. All right, my 2 tools of choice for the Gopher Apocalypse. Obviously, the tried, true, and tested Ruger 1022, the best 22 ever made. Save for a few complaints. That's what most
No
of
big
us.
mags. That's
Speak
the
for
one
yourself.
complaint.
Speak for yourself.
Yeah, okay, I will
Yeah.
speak for myself on that one then.
That's right. It's a fantastic gun, and that's what we all grew up on the prairies shooting gophers with. Well, for the most part, so there was a lot of
Bolt
Cooeys.
action,
I can't
Cooeys,
lie. There was some,
64s,
Yeah.
Mossbergs,
but we're talking weapon of choice.
Sears.
Weapon of choice. Mine was always a 1022. However, as I've gotten older and spicier, my other favorite is my Savage 93, and in 17, that is a wild rifle to shoot gophers with, because as you said, it doesn't leave a lot left. Those rounds are coming quick, even for how little they are, and those are my 2 favorites.
Yeah, so like we were out, I think I put in about 7 or 8 hours of gopher hunting over the last weekend. A couple of my friends put in 14, 15, 16. Yeah, quite a bit more time. All with 22s. One of my buddies brought out a bolt action 22 just for a little bit, and then he quickly swapped out to the semi-auto.
Yeah,
because
The volume fire is that high.
Yeah.
Well, and sometimes you fire and you miss, and it's like, oh, with the semi-auto, I just squeeze the trigger again, and I'll hit it, right? Whereas with the bolt action, you gotta run the bolt, and the gopher might hide before you get to do that. So a semi-auto 22 really is nice for that stuff. A bolt 17 is a different kind of shooting. That one you're going to be a little bit more accurate, and you're going to be able to take longer shots with it, like and be really confident with it, because the drop on 22 is so bad. You're like range estimating all the time with those long shots. And sometimes you're hit low or high. Like when you're really close, there's the height over bore, so you're going to hit low. And then somewhere in the middle, you're going to hit high. And then somewhere down there, you're going to be even. And then somewhere down there, a little bit more, you're going to be low. So you really need to know your distance. And the close shots, you need to aim quite high because your shots are gonna hit really low.
What is your typical range of engagement?
50 meters. Typical.
Yeah, that's about
I'll get some where they're like 10 or 15, where they're, like just their heads up, and that's all you can see. And then you'll see lots at like 100, 150, that kind of thing. But getting out to 150 with a 22, your hit probability, even like with wind or anything like that, you're not going to make very many hits. So, but I mean, you can still take the shots. 22's cheap.
I'm surprised you guys don't have like a layered approach, as in most people are going to be holding a 22 because it's going to be some kind of a mid range, and then someone's going to be on a 223 just because you can, and ranging out to 150, 200 kind of yardage.
Well, you could go with a 223, you could go 300 pretty easy. Yeah,
I would not waste $1 a round on gophers.
What do you mean? I just checked my reload pricing, and for the last batch of 223 I did, which is a while ago, I haven't shot that gun in so long. My cost per shot is 40 cents.
I knew you were going to say 40 cents. And you know what? Do you know how many 22 rounds I can light off for 40 cents?
4 shots?
It's 4.
5, 6. You're getting into 7 cents if you look around for the sales and that kind of thing. Which, I mean, that's one thing to debate is whether you go with like primo 22 ammo or cheap stuff. I burn the cheap stuff.
Yeah. No,
I sometimes where it's like I know that's the ammo because I'm pulling the trigger, the reticle's on, and it's hit like way high and to the left. But I don't care because the ammo was really cheap and I bought it like 10 years ago, and I don't care.
No, that Winchester white box, that's gopher slaying ammunition for sure.
What? I have so many failures to fire in Winchester white box.
But who cares? You're out having fun. That's where you use ammo like that.
Yeah,
like 100%, Tony. You use trash ammo on trash animals.
It's not
like
even that cheap. That's the thing.
No, you don't
it's
buy
like
more of it.
That's just
no. I've got.
I have failure of fire for Winchester white box in my lever gun. It's that bad, and that's the only ammo to do it, which is kind of crazy.
So you just use whatever, like cheap ammo, I guess is the moral of the story.
Yes.
Cheap ammo.
Yeah.
I like to use Federal Blue Box. Blazers, what I was using mostly is just Blazer round nose. Some people say like hollow point or solid point. It does not make a difference.
No.
Solid point works fine. It'll kill them dead. It doesn't matter.
I haven't really seen hollow points 22s expand, except for like the very specialty defense stuff that the Americans are using. I haven't seen a lot of gel test on like 22. I don't even think it really does that. It's just hollow because it's easier to form.
Banana Ballistics has a whole video on 22. You should check out. He shoots like a bunch of stuff into ballistics gel, like 40 rounds or so. So that'd be a cool one to watch. But anyways, yeah, I wouldn't care. It's a gopher. Who cares? Solid point, hollow point, doesn't matter.
The whole idea behind a gopher hunting day, Tony, is just fun. Like it is fun, and you're doing like some useful thing. Like gophers there's so many of them out on the prairies, and you're just doing a service to the area while you're dealing with them. So
typically to the farmer whose land you're using, right? Like you need to find a farmer who's got a bunch of gophers and is willing to trust you that you're not going to shoot their cattle or horses or whatever, right? Yeah, and that's a tough thing to do. It's tough to get land. As you get into Saskatchewan, it'll be easier because there's more land than people and more gophers than people. So that'll be a little bit easier. But around Alberta, like if you go on Town Post or Gun Post or something like that, you'll see lots of people advertising that they will shoot your gophers for free. Like 10, 20 ads like that. So you've got a lot of competition from other hunters who want to do the same thing as you, which is, shoot gophers on someone's land.
My experience being from Saskatchewan, like honestly, even now, like my brother and my stepdad still, they're like, come out. We've got like XYZ farmers who want us to come out and slaughter as many as we can. Bring whatever you want. And yeah, it's you go find like the little tiny bit of hill that is the nice little wavy hills of southwestern Saskatchewan, and you put yourself on that, and you've got a nice like 360-degree field of fire, and nothing but gophers for miles.
Yeah.
It's-
And the farmers don't want them because they dig holes and then the cattle or
Cows
you,
break
if you
their
start
leg.
walking around of it, you will stumble and like I'll damn near break your ankle stepping into some of those holes.
Yep.
Yeah. So they need them to control them so that they don't get so bad that they to completely wreck the turf and make it impossible for animals to get around. But yeah, I think 22s are really the weapon of choice for this kind of thing. You can use center fire and go long range, but the cost is way up there. And now now you have to wear hearing protection.
Yeah.
If I'm just shooting 22s, I don't wear hearing protection because it's just
Your hearing don't grow back. Just wear your hearing protection.
Meep, meep. No, it's true. I think that's probably where most of my hearing has gone.
Oh, mine was like
hunting.
shooting SKSs and that kind of thing. Was a teenager and like no hearing protection, and oh yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah, no, for sure. Shooting center fire, anything with no hearing protection for a while will wreck it. But sustained 22 fire over years and years and years will also do it.
Mhm.
But it's just another reason why we should be able to suppress all of our 22s. Better for all of us.
Yeah.
But the other thing about like shooting, anything center fire if it's moving fast, and again, like I'm thinking within the context of like me shooting gophers in Saskatchewan, is that ricochet, right? So if you're
might go far,
might go far, right? If you're shooting 22, that round's only going to be traveling so far, even if it does bounce up and fly off somewhere. And again, where I'm from and used to shooting, there's nothing for miles. So, but if you've got a center fire round and it's coming out of there screaming, you're responsible for every round that comes out of your gun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a lot of farmers don't like the noise.
Nope.
Or the potential for ricochets and that kind of thing. So, yeah. But with 22s, they're cool with those. Those are nice and quiet. They don't bug them. They don't bug the animals either, because a lot of times you're in a pasture with cattle or horses or something like that, and if you're firing 22s, it doesn't bother them too much.
No.
We had some come up and like look for pets while we're shooting gophers.
Whoa.
Love that. I love when the cows come up like pets, food. Like,
do you have some green for me? No. You want some gophers? Maybe.
Oh god.
Yeah.
But yeah, Tony, you need to get out there. Get a 22 out there and practice some maple seed holds. It's great. It's also, it's nifty for that, right? Small targets and
instant feedback. You can hear, just like hitting a metal target, you can hear when you hit the gopher because they make a thwack when you if you hit them in the belly, then they kind of like a real
I won't hear it because I'll be wearing my ear protection.
You'll still be able to hear it even with your hearing protection.
Yeah, you'll be close enough. Yeah. It's kind of a satisfying boom. Like it's
And if you hit them in the head, it's a little bit more crunchy and believe it or not, you can hear the bullet impacting them and hear it, like whether that was a hit or not. Even from like 100 meters, we can still hear it.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that I've shot many gophers out at 100 meters. Like most of mine have been pretty close into that 50, 60 meter range. But
that's a better idea because your shots are, if you miss, it's your fault, right? But at 100, like it's very possible you fire at 100 and you miss because like your crappy ammo just wasn't accurate enough to hit the gopher.
Crappy ammo, and it is never not windy in Saskatchewan. Like there are very few windless days on the prairies,
which will affect your bullet, but it will also affect you if you're standing, right? It's just a stock. There's not a real firearm, but with like just standing there, the wind will like move you around, and that will impact your shooting as well, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And no, I miss shooting gophers. I'm gonna have to go do some more of that. It looks like I'm probably gonna go back for a little visit to Saskatchewan in the early part of the fall. So maybe I'll get some gopher hunting in. But
how far into the interior of Saskatchewan are you going? West side, south side?
Yeah, southwest.
Southwest.
I'll probably go. No, actually, I'll probably go kind of central. I'm for sure going to go to Saskatoon, and I'll probably make it down to Swift Current as well.
Let me know if you're going to do some gopher shooting down there, because
you come for a visit.
It doesn't take very long for me to get from here to Swift Current or to Saskatoon.
That's good to know.
It's not a very far.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a. Yeah, all right. I'll let you know.
Crazy driving clubs over here. Jesus.
No, like if I go to Vancouver, it's like 12, 14 hours. If I go to Saskatoon, it's like 5.
Yeah.
That's nothing. I can crank that out and a little bit further, right?
No, I'll let you know, because I've got family with land out by Saskatchewan and then some friends with land out in Swift Current, and I have a
Got too many
hankering for some
gophers?
hunting. Yeah, exactly.
I got the solution. I got the remedy for their gopher problem.
Yeah, no. All right. Well, we can absolutely talk about that because that's definitely on my list of things to do. It's been a little while since I've had some just gopher calling.
I got a couple
On an
point of views here.
associated topic,
Hmm.
what do you do for coyote hunting?
Coyote hunting is a lot more involved. You have to be camoed. You can't talk. You got to watch
Really?
the wind.
Oh yeah, the
You get a
coyotes are.
call. So in Alberta here, you can do an electronic call. Otherwise, you'd be doing like a little rabbit in distress kind of a call. You call them in. You want to get them pretty close because they're never not moving. They're always moving.
Yeah.
And then if as soon as they're coming in, they stop to be like, what is that? You have to fire within like a second and take
Yeah.
your shot.
What range do you usually shoot them at? And do you use your deer blind for that too, or?
If you're calling them in, you want to get them as close as possible. Ideally, like 50 to 100. A lot of the time, most of my coyotes are not shot at that distance because most of my coyotes are shot when I'm deer hunting, and I'll plug them at like 300 or on average 300. Because I'm like in a
Wow.
blind, I can see them that far. They're moving. I'll do a little call just to like get them to be like, "What the hell was that?" and then take my shot.
Yeah, when I would do coyote hunting with my buddies back in the prairies, like we'd go find the surveillance brush, like the little bit of bush that breaks up individual fields, and you go like hunker down in the little tiny bit of brush and wait, call them in. And I had a buddy he was so good with hand calls. I can't actually like form the call that he managed to do. That rabbit in distress thing is real. And yeah, and then we'd usually we'd pick, so we're like, okay, definitely, we won't be, the wind won't give us away as long as they're coming from this direction. Ooh, 6.5 PRC for coyotes. No coyote is out of range.
50 BMG?
I mean, what about a 338? You can still do that in Canada, but yeah, we
6.5 PRC will be like quite a bit flatter. You don't need all
Probably.
this range. Yeah.
no, wow. Again, on the prairies, all the more range, the better.
Do they run after you hit them?
Depends. If you hit them kind of towards the back, they spin.
Huh?
They think something bit them on the back, so they start
Yeah.
spinning to try to get it. So they'll spin.
What?
Yeah.
This is kind of fascinating. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Or-
I
And then do they bleed out after that? Whoa,
yeah,
this is,
yeah,
like,
just
a little
like
gruesome
just like
now.
a deer and that kind of thing. I'm gonna humble brag for a second here. I got 2 coyotes with 1 bullet. I was out deer
Ooh.
hunting with a Savage 12 FE, which is a very heavy barrel, like
Yeah, it's a
precision
target rifle, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not a great rifle for hunting, but I was in a tower, so who cares? So I take my big heavy rifle and I see these coyotes, and I waited until they crossed, and then I sent that bullet, and I got them, and they both started spinning at the same time.
Amazing.
That should have been a video. I know YouTube is probably
Dude.
going to take it down, but geez,
Yeah.
whoa.
Yeah.
I got a photo
that's-
of it somewhere. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Um,
Anyways, back to that's coyote hunting. So back to gophers. I
Gophers.
mean, what do you do with the bodies? You just leave them there.
yeah.
You
Well, I
just
mean,
leave them out wherever they were hit. Badgers, coyotes, seagulls, ravens, everything will eat them.
Yeah.
Other gophers will eat them.
yeah, they're
Some that we had shot like the day before, and they're like half eaten from their friends.
Oh, yeah.
dude, they're so dumb. Like we've had times where like we're just doing a gopher call, and they'll climb up on top of each other. Like Buddy will go down, be bloody, and his friend will be like, "Oh, what was that?" And if you get lucky, it'll be like 2 or 3 before they start to get wise. But
Mhm.
yeah, gopher hunting is good. And for anybody that has an issue with this, they're rodents. Like if you don't have a problem with me hunting rats, you shouldn't have a problem with me hunting gophers. Gophers are just slightly cuter.
Slightly cuter than
They're
rats.
slightly
They're
cuter.
quite a bit cuter than rats.
Yeah,
Like,
but
Well,
they're
people
all
hunt
the same.
squirrels, so
I've never hunted a squirrel.
They're tough.
Yeah,
really?
Whereas with a gopher, like they just like flop down with a squirrel. Like every time I seem to shoot one, they're always like clawing and trying to like hang on, and fighting for everything.
Have
Interesting.
anyone tried to eat a gopher?
I've
No.
eaten squirrel. I haven't eaten gopher. I guess
Oh
they
yeah,
do the
that's
same thing.
that's the thing I'm trying to link up to. Like, does people do that?
I guess you could. There's just not a lot of meat on their legs and that kind of thing.
Yeah, they're
Fair.
again like it'd be like eating a rat. Like they're similar size. They're just cuter.
Oh, I think it would taste better than a rat. They're not eating any garbage or anything like that. They're just eating like plant roots and maybe
They're
another
eating each
gopher.
other. Somehow that's gonna be okay.
I mean like meat content. Like it's not like there's a bucket of protein, right? Like you're gonna get like a piece of jerky worth of meat off of a gopher, right?
Their back legs aren't going to be nearly as big. Like you think of a squirrel, they got to make big jumps and that kind of thing. They're going to have a meaty back leg, whereas a gopher, there's no reason to. They don't need to jump or anything like that. So their back leg, their hind, there isn't going to have as much meat as a squirrel.
Yeah.
And Derek is saying squirrel hunting is big in some states. That's where I'm drawing my conclusions from, so to speak, because hunting TV meat eaters, for example, is very much a state thing, and they visit all the states, and small game hunting for that is popular in some areas. And they also have the show, Pardon My Play, eating very weird stuff. So, yeah.
Yeah, I've done it. The squirrels I've had, they've all been like really badly flea ridden too. So it's always like it puts you off trying to eat it when there's a bunch of like fleas running off of the thing you're trying to eat. And the gophers I've seen weren't that bad, but I've never dipped them or anything like that. Because usually, if you want to see if there's something's got fleas on it, you just dip it in water and see what comes out.
That's a lot of work for like not a lot
tiny
of
little bit of meat,
right? Like it's like
I don't mind doing rabbits fine because rabbit cleans real quick.
Yeah,
it's not nearly as fiddly.
Yeah.
You just literally just tear the fur off with your hands. You don't even need a knife.
Yeah,
and then gutting them's easy, and the meat is like pretty okay. Yeah, I think I'd go for like, I don't know. If you're really hardcore, I guess you could pull a knife out and pull off the rear hind legs and keep those for later for a little snack.
Do you get rabbits on your gopher hunting trips or no?
No, never. The two biomes are completely different. Gophers are out on the plain. Rabbits are usually like where we hunt in Alberta. They're going to be in the bush.
Yeah,
and the thicker stuff. They're not going to be in like the thin open areas.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen a rabbit with any of the gophers that we didn't actually have
badger,
that many.
Coyote, like those will inhabit the same area.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm probably just thinking about the city because I see all three things at the same time: gophers, coyotes, rabbits at the same time. It's like, see, they're close enough to my car. You know, my car makes a lot of noise. I make less noise than that. If I can't legally hold a gun, then they'll be really dead.
Yeah,
that's fair.
I know some people use, like when I was a kid, I used pellet guns for gophers, and those worked, but really limited on range.
Yeah,
you really got to shoot at something really close. And I know some guys like to use bow and arrow. It's quiet.
That's
practice their archery.
That's a practice.
Interesting. Yeah,
you get a judo head. I have some just out here, but it's like it's like a blunt tip, and it's got these claws on the outside because an arrow, when you shoot an arrow at grass, it likes to kind of like sneak in there like sideways, and you'll never find a stupid thing. Yeah. Whereas those claws on the judo head, they catch and then they flip the arrow up on top of the grass. So they're just sitting on top of the grass. So they're way easier to find because like a carbon arrow shaft is like $10.
Yeah.
So you don't want to be losing.
Fascinating.
Yeah. Again, that's like 20 meters kind of a thing. You're not going to be going much further.
But then how do you deal with the volume? Just because, like, do you just launch all your arrows at once and then
3? You launch like 3 arrows and then go get your arrows and continue from where your new spot is.
That makes sense.
It's not a good way to hunt gophers. It's not like a volume way. Neither is
a good practice thing.
No, but pelicans were a great way for me. That was what I learned on, and like that taught me to be very accurate, very quick, because like you said, it's not a good tool to hunt gophers with, but
and patient probably.
Yeah,
patiently hunt them.
Yeah.
Whereas with the 17 HMR, it's like, oh, I see it. Oh, it's really far. Who cares? Boom. Just point and click. Yeah.
No, absolutely. Yep. So, we touched on some different. I've never met anybody who's ever hunted gophers with a bow and arrow. That's a different thing.
I have. Yeah. Not often because I like to shoot a lot of them, and you don't do that with a bow and arrow.
Nope.
And again, I use that digital scope for gophers, and it was a huge impediment. It was cool. The footage you got out of it was cool, but actually, like shooting them, like just having this. Oh my god! One other thing to mention: the more you hunt them, the better you are at pattern recognizing when you see a gopher. Because when I take new guys out gopher hunting, like there's a gopher right there, I'll spot for them, right? There's one over there, and they're like, where is it? Like, it's right over there, and there's one over there. they're all over the place if you know what you're looking for.
Yeah.
Because they're not well camouflaged. But you're looking for things like if you can catch them with the shadow, if the sun's on the opposite side, that's a good thing because they'll cast a shadow, and there's not a lot that cast shadow on the prairie. So you're just looking for those. If the sun's at your back, you're looking for like the sun to like glisten off of them. Sometimes they shine a little bit, so you're looking for that kind of a thing. But it can be hard to spot them.
I found it's mostly for me. It's always like the predator thing. It's if there's motion, it'll be easier for me to spot them, and after I've spot them, I can focus on them, no problem. But
like at least like in Saskatchewan, everything's kind of always moving a little bit. Everything's always got this like little sway. There's always a breeze. But no, that's so true. Last time I was in Saskatchewan, I was there with my partner, and be like, and I was doing that like, you know, everywhere we go, like, let's gopher, and he's like, wait, where? What? How are you seeing these? And I'm like, I have lots of experience seeing gophers.
Yeah, you get trained in hunting them. Like you're looking for like that, right?
Yep.
The teeny head, little like that's the same color as the thing, but there's the black eye there, right? Or you know, when they're standing, that's a little bit easier, right?
That's an easy target. He's asking for it.
You've got the vertical drop like handled with that shot, right?
Yeah,
that's an easy one. Yeah, that's a tough one. On their side can be a little bit harder and that kind of thing. I should have taken some more photos while I was out there. I should take photos of like dead ones. I should have taken like a high zoom camera or something like that. Maybe next time.
But that means you are going to miss that shot.
No, I'll take the picture first and I'll shoot it.
Well, yeah, but how do you know it's not going to move in the time you're doing that?
Tony, there will be another one. There will be 10 more.
Yeah,
that's true.
You get 5 more gopher photos and then kill 40 more gophers. You're fine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're endless. Like I remember there was like some hilarious calculation with like the biomass of gophers in Saskatchewan just like dwarfed people in that province like a ridiculous number of times. There's just incalculable amounts of them.
Yeah. Some of the gopher towns, they'll have like 1,000, and some of the bigger ones will have like tens of thousands. You'll see some, it'll be like, oh, there's got to be like 100 or so in here. No, if you see like 100, there's probably like 1,000 in there, 2,000.
Yeah.
Line charge.
And their burrows will screw you up. Like beyond they will like hurt cattle. I have definitely twisted an ankle. Like you collapse some of their burrows and all of a sudden you're like, whoa.
Well, there's their burrow, and then what goes after them? Coyotes and badgers, and they make big holes.
Big holes.
Oh yeah, you'll lose your leg in, right? Yeah. Just the gopher holes themselves aren't too bad, but it's everything that goes after them. Badgers.
Badger, yeah, you gotta be careful around the badgers. We encountered a cute little baby badger, but we was like, oh, mama can't be far behind because you're really small, so we'll just gonna extricate ourselves from here. But it was so cute.
That's if you need to like completely destroy a gopher field, badger are pretty much the only way to do it properly. Yeah, there's some poisons and that kind of thing. They're trying to re-legalize, I think, strychnine in Alberta here.
Really?
Yeah, they had made illegal for a long time, but they've gotten so bad. They're like, can we have the really bad one again? We need to kill lots of them.
Oh my gosh, that's wild.
But they don't like using that stuff because if something else eats the gopher, like a hawk or something like that, well, the hawk's got strychnine poisoning, and now it dies. But
yeah, that's fair. Well, I mean, anybody else got anything they want to talk about gopher hunting?
Maybe we'll do a special when Tony have more experience on it.
That's
after
great.
A few guide hunts or something.
You got to bring a camera with you when you go. I got to start doing that too. Like just like record yourself doing some of this. It'd be fun. You know, some little. We could do some YouTube shorts
of shooting gophers.
Well, you know, you don't have to show the gopher slaughtering, but of the experience. You know, I don't know.
That'd be kind of neat.
Yeah.
I find it very like zen to be like walking around a field for like hours on end, plinking gophers as you go.
You're 100% right. Again, like I'm getting envy just like with that visual picture of my lovely wavy fields. It's so quiet. It's just you and you know a nice breeze, and it's pretty, and you can see for miles, and there's nobody around, and Yeah, I
Nobody
feel
around, just little gophers sleeping in their holes. Oh, he's so cute.
Oh yeah, see there, yeah, you got the long mag. That's the
597.
597 mag. Thank
Now
you.
I ran this for the first day, and then the second day and the third day I ran just a 1022 with regular mags because I wanted to be able to shoot hasty, and I can't shoot hasty with this long mag on here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, even the little like Butler Creek 10 rounders, I find I'm pretty quick at getting those out and in. So
Yeah, but I want my hand like again,
Flat
this is
on the
this is a
stock.
stock here. I
Right.
want my hand like
right.
back here.
So you want your the rotary mag for that?
Yeah, because that is very, very solid on me. And like if I can
That's
shoot
fair.
that from standing, I like to do it.
Well, that's absolutely fair. I find like my stance has been up a little bit. Like when I did my Maple Seed, like I used those the Stendy 10 round mags. I like being able to get them out of the gun quick and like load a new one. I kind of like having that purchase versus like
grabbing something to strip out.
Yeah.
And I mean, the other thing you could do is like a monopod or a bipod. Like this doesn't give a lot of side to side, so a bipod's going to be better than this. But this is so lightweight and cheap. I got this for $25, so it's
nice.
Like,
completely random. Not completely random. What did that Boresight set you back?
$50.
Oh, that's cheap.
Yeah. And
considering the size of your arsenal, you should have one.
Yeah,
probably.
And I mean, again, I put it down the border of this one. I was like, oh, I need to clean that.
Yeah.
And as I was scrubbing in here, like I see lead powder coming out every time I put the brush through. So it's like, I should probably clean this thing. Yeah.
I just also, I like a new gun toy every now and again. Yeah, $50. That's cheap.
I'll send you a link.
Please do. Yeah. All right. Well, if that's all we want to talk about on this topic, shall we close it up and move to listener feedback?
Sure.
I just want to poke again our listeners, our viewers. This is a great opportunity to tell us about your gopher hunting stories. Put a little gopher hunting comment in the comments, or maybe send us an email at slamfireradio@gmail.com about your favorite gopher hunting experiences, tools of the trade, any tips, tricks, fun. I don't know. Tell us stories. Talk to us. Listener feedback. Do we have any emails? None as of 7/9. Okay. Tony, you got the YouTube comments up? I'm sure.
Do. The first one is on the R9 video, actually.
Oh.
And it's banned. I got it in June, and it's banned in July. That was unfortunate. Yeah, that is from VI3TBWOI. I would assume it will be pronounced Viet Boy, maybe. Guy Laro Shell 2923 on episode 613 drone control. I'm thinking maybe it's talking about the Slamfire Radio dog making. Would that be droning noises or whining noises? Or is it something else?
What's this comment specifically say?
Yeah.
It just says drone control.
Drone control. Wow.
Who knows?
More information on your comments, guys.
Well, yeah, we don't remember what we talked about last week, so that's the thing. We have 3 comments from Eddie 11 hours ago. Yep, mid-year review of goals. Vote in the federal election. Even though it didn't change anything, it wasn't very effective. Post at least 2 replies on every Slamfire podcast episode. So far, so good. This is my gimme goal. Yeah, you got that. Take 2 newbies to your range. 1 taken so far. Good, you're on track. Have a few candidates in mind for the rest of the year. Very good. Recent addition. Attend a Maple Seed event. Check mark. Made it to Kamloops. And hopefully there will be another one in Metro Vancouver. For some reason, I always thought Eddie is in Ontario.
Eddie, are you in the Metro Vancouver area? Give me a shout out. Let's go for coffee. For real.
A formal invite.
Yeah.
Very nice. Adriel, regarding someone running Thunderbolt in your rifle, I found them to be dirty as heck. That could be a contributing factor to the carbon ring in your chamber. As for accuracy, is there any with Thunderbolts?
I would say for a Maple Seed, it's fine. If you're gonna, we had someone shoot a 241 on Sunday there, and he was using SK standard and a decent rifle. And on top of all of that, he's a very accomplished shooter. I think for everyone else, Thunderbolts are fine. If you're trying to get a 240, you might want the more accurate stuff. If you're not, The Thunderbolts are fine. I shot a 236 with Remington Gold bullets and a loner 1022, like one of the Maple Seed loner ones. It's mostly the shooter and not the ammo.
Yeah.
Derek mentions that Sterling may be challenging the FRT in court.
Do it.
I
Good
guess,
luck.
but ATRS is, are they like, what is their status right now?
Still banned.
Like
yeah.
they have a legal challenge, right?
I
don't
could see
know.
I could see an argument for them taking another run at it just because the government made the argument that the FRT is not law, and then they're enforcing it as law. So
But
I mean,
I think to properly challenge that, well, maybe they are in a position to challenge that. No, they would be.
like they of all people would be the ones to
Yeah.
be in jail, you know, and then to also, you know, maybe they'll play the angle of the government told us that we could do this. Like,
Well, with the Sterling, they didn't, because they didn't get an FRT for that one.
that's true. But I mean, the government did tell us that there were lots of options that we could still use, and that the Canadian market would supply new options. And then the Canadian
Yeah.
market supplied new options, and the government flipped them off and prohibited them based on the wrong gun. So,
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry, I didn't mean to rant.
No, I'm thinking, is it still a Canadian market, Canadian option? Because the FRT says it's made in the UK.
You know what? It's a Canadian company.
It's based in London, UK. It's a British
but, like,
company. Anyway,
Sterling Arms Canada is still a Canadian company, and like the owner, it lives here and is, you know, fighting to keep the Canadian firearms community functioning. So he
That's
has my whole support. You know,
that is true. Dustin, regarding money saving on gas, yeah, our liberal carnival crime oh god,
Carnival.
carnival crime minister
I
will
love it.
ensure that happens one way or another. Sorry, my English is not very good. Either by closing all ranges or make you spend it on electricity instead. Regarding the testimony on banning the R9, I doubt it would even matter what was said after the banning of the Blaze 47 as an AK variant. We all know it's just a sham to ram through their authoritarian narrative.
Yeah.
As for being a guest on the podcast, I'm a little bit camera shy.
Oh. What about? I mean, you know,
What about audio
Eddie,
only?
You could do audio only. We'll satisfy with that. You know, come on the show anyway. You don't have to be on camera.
Oh yeah, I forgot Eddie's second section of the previous comment. So you're not going to SHOT Show because elbows up?
Oh, I'm
Question
going
mark.
to SHOT Show. My elbows are so far down. I've already said it. Like, you know, Canada can put up a fight if the Americans like want to take us over, but I won't. I don't know. Yeah. No, I'm going to SHOT Show. I'm going to SHOT Show, and I'm going to hopefully start a business in the great mecca of firearms, and that rather than start a business here, because our governments have shown us that they don't actually respect Canadian businesses if those Canadian businesses are for something they don't like. So it's not got both sides of their mouth. They discourage folks like me to be entrepreneurial and to, you know, build Canadian jobs and Canadian things. So they don't really want it. I don't want to be part of it.
Simply ask the Gophers to leave, and they respect my aura. I like that one.
I like that.
And then calling it a variant of a pistol gun's whack. I think they did that because Sterling's original application had it as a version of the R180.
Oh yeah,
R18 Mark III.
Yeah.
But either way, like they already played that card for the AP80, for the Blaze 47.
Yeah. No, the
It shares
rules don't
nothing.
matter.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, when you're making the rules really don't matter. Like the government has showed us that. They do not care.
Mhm.
They do not care what the rules are, what the definitions are. It is what they say it is, and that is the only thing that matters.
Correct. Yep.
Yep.
Anywho.
Yeah.
What are we on right now?
Anything else? Are we?
That's it for the YouTube comment.
Ooh, well, I don't know about Facebook comments, reviews, Messenger. I think we kind of read through any that were coming in live. Do we still do Instagram? I don't know.
I think Kelly does Instagram.
Ah, okay. Well, moving on. Discord, Spotify. Discord's quite active. Y'all are awesome there. Sponsor links. I think we'll go through those maybe next week, maybe the week after.
No.
Did the
Maybe
Brown
next
House-
quarter.
Later.
Yeah,
Next quarter.
I'm lying. I'm obviously lying when I'm being real hopeful that we'll get through those before September. Did the Brownells link get fixed?
They emailed me some stuff. I didn't look at it.
Okay, well, we have a Cabela's and potentially Brownells link. You should definitely check out those on slampireradio.com. Those links help support the show, and we'll talk about what you bought, obviously anonymously, at the end of every quarter-ish, kind of. We want to thank our supporters on Patreon. If you'd like to support us, you can support us on Patreon. And if you'd like to email the show, please do so at slamfireradio@gmail.com. We love hearing from you. I want to hear your stories. I want to hear about gopher hunting. I know all of you gun owners, you love gopher hunting as much as I do. So,
This is
give us
very
hope.
big. I think the
Right?
Easterners, their groundhogs are like those big fat ones that they shoot
Yeah.
like one,
Yeah, right.
not like
Well,
100.
it's because of the size of beavers. They're, Yeah. Well, anyway, anybody have any shout outs this week?
Yeah, I got one for Shirley and Paul, my ROs, that they were helping me with that maple seed, and Melko for hosting for the pals and the gopher shooting.
Awesome. Tony, what about you?
I will give a recommendation to Camp Pro and Barnes Bullets for excellent customer service and answering my very odd inquiry. Why would you want to shoot 45 ACP bullets out of your 450 Bushmaster?
Fair. I actually don't really have a shout out this week. There's nothing really crazy. All right. Well, with that, make sure to join our Discord server. It's super busy, and we'd love to have you. Watch us on Facebook, YouTube, and Player. Join the CCFR. They're fighting to help you. Keep your firearms and your firearms rights. We will see you next week.
Later, everyone.
Good night, Kelly.
Good night, everyone.